Hey YouTube, this is Top Loaded. I'm filming in the perk tonight. I just figured I'd have some fun. It's a slow night around here, and I'm digging through some cards. And I thought, you got a lot going on in baseball. Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt competing for MVP, and I'm a big Royals fan. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. And I have quite a little Bobby Witt Jr. collection. It's not the best in the world, but it's a fun one. So I figured I would just share those cards with you and talk a little baseball. It's been a wild ride. This season's pretty crazy. Bobby Witt's contending at a level completely different than Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is just, don't get me wrong, he's hitting for average. He's just raw power, just smacking home runs left and right. We all know the pinstripes and the power usually will prevail, but Bobby Witt is playing on the opposite side of baseball style and play, with a little power mixed in with some small ball and just a five-tool threat. He's the first player in Major League history to go 20-20 his first 3 seasons. No one else has ever done that. He's the first player in franchise history, Kansas City Royals franchise history, to have a 30-30 season. So he's gone 20-20 plus each of his first 3 seasons, and with 4 more stolen bases and 5 more home runs this season, it'll be back-to-back consecutive 30-30 seasons, which is incredible. I mean, considering the Royals have never had that before. So I don't know. I just figured it'd be a lot of fun, just kind of celebrate, what's going on this year with some cards. Kind of take some time and take a peek. I'll start with this one. This one was in my video that I put up a couple days ago. It just came back, but you got to throw it in there. It's out of Topps Chrome this year. It's really sweet. It's on card, right in the sweet spot of the baseball there. It's out of 50. It is number... What number is it? I usually have that committed to memory. Number 5, the George Brett number. Number 5 out of 50, so that's fitting. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so that's pretty sweet. It got a 9, but, die cut and all that good stuff. Sometimes you're lucky to get a 9. And before I jump into the case, I've got my little case next to me with all my slabs, but I might just flip through a handful. Here's some stuff that I'm in the process of submitting to get graded. I've got a stack of stuff here. Not a huge stack, but got some of the Bobby First Bowmans. That's the first edition. And we got, of course, that bad boy, the old flagship. I've had several of those come back as 10s. I got quite a few 9s in the case here. Down here somewhere back behind there. They moved pretty well. You got a 2021. This is out of $4.99, the Sky Blue Bowman. There is the Optic Hollow rated prospect. And you got the Pro Debut. That's just cool. I'm not a big fan of the 2021 Topps in general, but, I mean, Chrome at least dressed it up. Then we got some First Bowman Chromes, just kind of a little handful of them. And then there's a Gilded. That one's pretty nice. That one is, I've got the auto too, you'll see in a little bit, but there's only 398 of these. There's 199 auto and 199 non-auto. So you see there, it's out of 199, and then you got, it's the only variance. That's what makes this unique. That's one of the reasons why I really like this card, is there is no rainbow. There is no other option. There are no parallels. It is this or an auto, and that is it. You get both, you got the whole rainbow. And I just think that's a cool card too. Then we picked up, ordered a handful of these for the shop. The Home Run Derby card. So got lucky. Got a couple. I don't know if it's sky blue, just blue, whatever, out of 49, and got a couple of those in that pack. So that's pretty cool. And then another hidden gem. There's the orange out of 25. That came out of the same case as the auto that I just showed you a minute ago. So that's got to go get a slab. And there's just a handful of stuff here that'll probably not see a slab. Probably just end up in the case, or the box. But got the purple, and then you got the flagship. This one's got a tiny little dimple there, so it doesn't need to go. Otherwise, these are getting pretty hot in PSA 10s. And then I think I've got one of these graded. I'm a big sucker for the All-Star Rookie Cup, so any parallels of these are going to go just for my own PC. And we got the chrome and non-chrome Stadium Club, some old Bowman, that's actually 2020. I've thought about sending those, but I don't know. It's 2020, but they're just such, I don't know. Some people might say they're cool cards. I think they're just kind of like, you know, simple, but maybe. Got a few randoms, otherwise a camo, some mojo action, some base, the old USAs. This one, is it? Yeah, this one's out of 49. Pack pulled that one a few years ago. Super excited. I've been collecting Bobby Witt since he was drafted. So, you know, it's kind of fun to see the collection start to come to fruition. And a whole bunch of paper. I may send these. These were hot at one time, about 2 years ago or so. This got up to over $100 in a tin. And then you got more of the USA stuff. Top of the class, more USA stuff. Just a handful of things. We'll jump into the slabs. This is the fun part. Just got this one back. These are notoriously tough to gem, so you got to be happy when you get a 9. You look at the pop report on this. I think there's 6s, 7s, 8s. I mean, it's a notoriously difficult card to grade. So a 9 is very, very, very successful. You kind of got to look into these too. I think some numbers have been broken down, and I think it's widely believed that the circulation / print run on these might be 300 to 400. You know, not very many. They're not as plentiful as you might think. But that was the rookie. This one always throws me off too. You know, I got to throw it out there. Whenever I would be flipping through, I just thought, man, his leg looks weird. And for some reason, I thought that was his shoe until I really stopped and looked at it and realized it's ribs. Yeah, you get down on it, it's like, no, I don't know why I thought that, but at just kind of a glance. Oh, boy. So then we move on. This one did gem. So we got this year's. These home field advantages are cool. I'm not sure why they didn't push these through Topps Chrome. I know they did the Fanaticals, but I think this would have been the perfect answer to Downtowns, as does everybody else. I mean, the foil's cool, but man, a Chrome version of this card would be wicked. Just wicked. Absolutely awesome. This is actually his first Bowman card, despite what the 2020 tells you. This is a 2019 Bowman's Best. This is right after he was drafted. They have refractors, atomic refractors. I mean, I'm surprised this card hasn't blown up a little bit more. It's the first, you know, in uniform Bobby Witt card 2019. That's crazy to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, everything Bobby Witt's going up, but it surprises me that one hasn't popped off a little bit. This one's just kind of a fun one for me. I pack pulled that one. It was the Crown Collection. You know, nothing crazy, but you know, it's a Gem 10. It's a rookie. I don't know what the print run on these things are going to look like ultimately, but you know, I know the boxes are drying up. And then there's another Topps now. This is the first career walk-off Grand Slam. That's from 2023, last year. Kind of a neat card. Those are kind of fun. I'll admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of Topps now for a long time. I'm getting there. Here's another one out of the Crown Collection, the Speedsters. I thought that was cool. Just neat cards. Super neat. Got a 10. All that white really makes, you know, everything pop. Just one of those cards that in 10, 15 years, people are going to be like, where'd that come from? What is that, you know? Here we go. That's a fun one. Looks like a super plain nothing card, but it's actually from the collector's box. It's a little known short print. Might even be a super short print, you know, by numerical standards. I don't really know, but focus right here. Instead of saying Series 1, it says collector box. So those collector boxes that have the big jumbo cards, and then it has all the packs that are all, you know, rubber cemented together and frustrate the crap out of you when you're trying to dig them out and open them. This is the card that was floating around. You know, you open it up, you lift up the Julio Rodriguez, you know, cover page or whatever you want to call it, and you got the jumbo card, and then you got the loosey-goosey small regular-sized card just kind of knocking around in there. That was this one. Surprised me that it got a 10 just because of how they're packaged. And for a few minutes, and I mean literally a few minutes, it was a pop 1. When I first saw that it hit, I looked, it was a pop 1, sent it to a friend of mine. By the time he looked, it was a pop 2, you know, just later that night. I mean, it just changed immediately. But cool card nonetheless. It's probably still a low pop. I have no idea what the pop is on it. Then you get into this coming out of the same collector box. This is the silver. I think it's, yeah, the silver foil pack. Got a gem. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the rookie cups. And then you got the Pro Debut. I just showed you the chrome. This is just the paper. But at the time, you know, I pulled it. I sent it. He wasn't a rookie yet. All you could do was go after his first stuff, you know, his 2020 Bowman stuff, and then anything that had come out after that. So it's not necessarily something I would probably grade now, but at the time, felt right. All right, we got 1987 Topps update. We get into the update. Oh my gosh, around here we were breaking this stuff. I had stacks. I wish I had photos of how much of the fodder, just the fodder, after we picked all the meat from the bone, just the stack of bones that was sitting on the counters. I mean, we opened so much of this. And to my knowledge, I mean, we sent a bunch of these, and this is the only one that gemmed. These are very tough to gem, but it's super cool. It makes me think of Kevin Seitzer. 1987, I was 9 years old ripping these packs, and that powder blue uniform, the wood borders, you know, just the general look, man, screams Kevin Seitzer, Bo Jackson, just a fun time. Very nostalgic. Stars of the MLB. This is the Topps Chrome version, though. This is the, I don't know what the ratio truly is, but it sure as heck felt like 20-1. You'd get 20 foil Topps versions to one Topps Chrome version. In fact, I don't think I pulled this card more than maybe 2 or 3 times, and given the amount of stuff that we cracked, you know, I was happy to get it, though. So that would be technically his first Topps Chrome rookie card. This is the complete set rookie. He wasn't actually in Series 1 or 2 other than the short print that was in Series 2, so there's no other, this comes in the little, what was it, 5 card cellophane pack that came in the complete set, so it's pretty cool. So there's only as many of these as there are complete sets, which is like, I don't know, it's only like probably 2 million, I don't know. Alright, here we go, first Bowman, got the camo. I'm not real sure how I acquired this. I don't remember if I pulled it or if I bought it. At one point in time back in 2020, when everybody was ripping packs and just dumping everything, I think I paid like $52 and got a stack of like 100 Bobby Witt Jr. first Bowmans, and it might have been in there. It had the sky blue, it had, I think there was chrome, there was paper, a couple colors. I mean, I guess people were just plucking the autos and moving everything else in mass. And here's the sky blue. It got a 10. That one's at a $4.99. That was in that lot that I was telling you about. So this card all by itself, and well, as is the camo, all by itself in a 10, probably worth more than I paid for the whole lot. And then of course you got to have the first Bowman Chrome base. I mean, that's just a staple. That's I mean, man, it used to be, oh, I got his rookie Bowman Chrome back when Bowman firsts were considered rookies, truly considered rookies, but it's still a staple in my book. You got to have the Bowman Chrome. It's just awesome. If you can get it at a 10, all the better, but you don't have to. And you got the Bowman paper. This is maybe the only Bobby Witt. No, there's 2. There's maybe one of 2 that I didn't actually grade myself. I bought this at the National in 21. Yeah, about the time his stuff was just hotter than you can imagine. Just hotter than it is right now, even to some degree. I mean, right now his big stuff's hot, his small stuff's going up. But back then, of course, there wasn't a whole lot of big stuff. This was going for $100. Now it's, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark. And that's going up. So it fell a long way before it started to go up again. And then there's this bad boy. This is a 9, but it's beautiful. This thing's out of $4.99, man. I just love that. It's the refraction. It's just so awesome. Clean auto. Just nice. And to get a 9, I was a little bummed at first, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I mean, it's a 9. It's mint. It's a on-card Bowman auto. It's like, yeah, I'll take it. Not that I was never going to, but you know, you shoot. It's always the goal to get the 10, and when you have a big card like that in, you're kind of hoping that that's the 10. Well, I should show you 2 of these. See if you can see it on camera. Yeah, I got 2 of them because I graded a whole bunch of them. Got a bunch of 10s back, but the one thing I noticed is the one on the left is lighter than the one on the right. This is just a darker print. Considerably darker. It doesn't show as much on camera. You can see it, but in person it is just so noticeable. this is a lot darker in person than it's looking here on camera. And I don't know. I just figured I would keep one of each because I didn't know if it would come out later that, you know, that was a thing. So far it hasn't. It's just an anomaly, but figured, you know what? I don't know. You never know in this hobby. These are tough. Trying to get a 10 on those, not the easiest thing in the world. 2022 Topps Chrome update, just centering issues. Terrible centering issues. We saw that right here at the top of that. That's very, very common. Or to be the right side. In this case, it's the top and the right side. But, yeah, to get a 10, that's why these things, I think, are getting up around 150. So I was kind of surprised. All right. Then we get into these. These are awesome. I love Sapphire. And considering the Royals are blue, the base Sapphire is obviously my baby. It's my favorite. It's my baby. It's my I love it. It just looks good. You put it up, the blue on blue. You know, you don't get it much better than this. I mean, it's just awesome. If you can get a color match like this year's Sapphire for like Ellie De La Cruz, I feel bad for those guys because you got to get 1 out of 5 to get the color match to have this kind of you know, beauty reflecting off the card. Just all the blue in my case or all the red in their case. Yeah. I actually got a couple of these. And yeah, these are going to be coveted. These are going to be great. These are starting to kind of climb up there right now. And we got, that is the Aqua out of 250, I think. Yeah, out of 250. Yeah, that one's pretty nice too. I hit that one in a break late one night. It was a 2-box break, I think. No, it was a half case. It was a half case, so it was 6 boxes. And I think this was in the last box. And if you haven't opened any of those, I think you either get an auto or 1 serial numbered card per box or something like that. And this was that card. So that was a very exciting night. And then to follow that one up, this one also I got in a break. This one was fun. This is out of 75 Sapphire. I was watching TV. It was like 1 in the morning. Had Taco Bell in my hand, eating a burrito, and something came over me. I paused my show or movie or whatever I was watching. I picked up my phone and I was thinking, I wonder if anybody's breaking Sapphire out there tonight. I went online, found somebody who was breaking it. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 spots left. Royals were left. Shot him an offer. He took it, got in. It was 2 mega boxes, and boom, hit this card. All happened in the matter of about 20 minutes, too. I mean, I paused, went in, bought my team. The other team sold. It was rip time. It was 2 mega boxes, so I don't know, 6 packs per box, so 12 packs. It was like within 10 or 15 minutes of pausing my show, I knew I had this. And, you know, we're talking 1 in the morning. So immediately, you know, I'm screen recording. Immediately, I'm like trying to find any of my friends who are awake, anybody who would appreciate what had just happened. And nobody was. The one and only person who did see my message and responded was a Pokemon collector buddy of mine who was like, cool. Had no idea what he was looking at. It's like, oh my goodness. It was such a big, lonely night that night, but awesome. And then, let's see, finally, there is the auto. That is the 2022 Topps Chrome Gilded auto on card. Also numbered out of 199. Yeah, there you go. Also numbered out of 199. So going back to the other one, that is the rainbow. To auto or not to auto? And these are getting up there. And I've been trying to pick up as many as I can. I think I've got a couple of these. I'm thinking about picking up a couple more of these. I don't know if they're going to be huge or not. It seems like they would be. I mean, there's only 398 of them from this entire gilded set. So it might be one of the more limited Bobby rookies from a set in general anywhere, you know? I mean, you get into Topps Chrome, you got the base, and you got about 100 different colors or whatever. You get into, even Sapphire, you got the base, which is printed, I mean, maybe 3,000 copies of the base, and then you've got, 75 greens, you've got 50 golds, 25 oranges, 10 purple, 5 red, and a superfractor. So, I mean, as limited as that is, this is like 10% of that, you know? So, I don't know. Just my thoughts. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. You kind of, if you look in the case there, I've got a few other things. I've got, you know, that is the the paper first. It's in a slab I don't like. I've thought about cracking it and sending it to PSA and moving it to my PC, but I just don't really like the card that much. It's alright, but I'm not a huge fan of that card. The gold right underneath it is off-centered. Otherwise, I would grade it, but it's too badly off-centered. I don't have a gold in my collection. And then, of course, there's an RPA right there. I think that's, what is that, Elite? Yeah, Donruss Elite. Pretty cool. Numbered out of 49. Yeah. So it's a fairly rare 2-color patch rookie auto, but I don't know. It doesn't fit my desirability. But there's a whole bunch of cool stuff down there. There's a right there. That's a pink out of 25 mini. That one's pretty cool. I don't know. Running a card shop, it's real easy to get greedy, and you try not to get greedy. You can't have everything, so you have to be willing to part with things that don't necessarily do it for you 100%, and you know, take the wins where you can get them. It's a little double-edged sword. You go from wanting everything to sometimes you have to make yourself want some things because you become very desensitized as well. But hey, you know what? That's just me. That's my Bobby Witt collection. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys the next time.